These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat. So alAlak a good guy or a bad guy? Mountain Goat says alAlak was instrumental in getting the newer, lower denominations printed. We read articles that these were in fact printed. Then in mid-June 2020, they challenged alAlak's proxy position. alAlak's proxy position was, of course, a conflict of interest and objectionable to the ability of the CBI to stay independent of the GOI. He had to go mainly for this reason. Today we see a change in leadership back to alAlak. Wow, so alAlak is no longer a proxy. He is officially the governor now. I believe this is a good move and in the right direction. It will only help our situation. Now we know there is someone at the helm of the CBI, once again, who truly supports the completion of the currency reform project in Iraq. Nader from the Mideast today, Sadani made the decision to change the Iraqi dinar against the dollar. Question how much? I don't know. When? Nader says this week or next week. I don't know, but he made a decision. A decision has been made. How much? I don't know. Can be 1180, it can be 1160, could be 1-to-1, I don't know. Frank 26, Iraq boots on the ground report Firefly. The CBI is now talking and saying they have a new app the citizens can use to check the daily exchange rate. Isn't that funny? They want us to look at the exchange rate daily. When it floats, that's when it's going to change, right? Well, Frank says that's just one of the ways the CBI will be telling all of the Iraqi citizens they have a new exchange rate. Mark Z via PDK, Guru Nader said the rate has been decided, but he did not know what it was or when they were going to announce it. Nader was the first to break this news, but I am hearing the same from multiple sources, multiple confirmation about this news, and none are associated with Nader. Some confirmations from people on the ground in Iraq or late announcements from Iraq that the decision has been made to raise or increase the value of the dinar in comparison to the US dollar. But we don't know what it is yet or when they're going to execute it. But we do know they have made the decision to pull the trigger. Mark Z continues, we do not know what the rate is going to be, but the dinar will become far more valuable than the US dollar. Will it be 30% higher in float, or $1, $1.66, or will it go all at once with the gold treaty? We don't know yet. We have to wait and see what value is going to be, how quickly they move on it. I'm still hearing from my banking contacts they're absolutely expecting it by February 1st, which is a very short window right now. Militiaman says they replaced the central bank governor Galeb with alAlak, who was the late central governor for many years. He went off to AMF, the Arab Monetary Fund, who owns the Buna platform. He's back for a period of time to be able to facilitate things. And we have Hennig article, quote, economists appointing alAlak is a positive step to gain the confidence of the Federal Reserve Bank and U.S. Treasury, unquote. Frank says 3 things that I'm looking for: the new small category notes, the new exchange rate, and the 2023 budget. That is the trifecta. Walking Stick via Frank 26 question, what do you think this guy alAlak and the new CBI governor? Walking Stick says whoever came into the CBI had to be on board with the monetary reform that Dr. Shabibi established. A governor of a central bank, they're not thinkers. They don't have to do anything. They just do what they're told, and he, the now former CBI governor, wasn't moving fast enough. Governor, central bank is nothing more but a yes man to the prime minister. All right, Mark Z via PDK, I'm hearing leaves being canceled and vacations being canceled from a couple of banking sources. Street-level banks believe they will be busy with the new system starting February 1st. Things are ratcheting up. All right, Claire, article, quote, an Iraqi delegation visits Washington to discuss the crisis of the rising dollar, unquote. Another quote, this Islamic Supreme Council, one of the forces of the coordination framework, revealed on Wednesday that an Iraqi delegation will soon visit the United States of America in order to discuss the high exchange rate of the dollar in Iraq. Frank 26 Firefly, they are determined to cut out smuggling of the dollar. My bank friend says once it's under control, the process will go next step. The end goal is to get dinars to its official rate with stability and corruption free. Frank says your bank friend is 100% correct. All right, militiaman, why was the central bank governor dismissed? We could figure on it was probably corruption. He was talking to the Judiciary Committee and decided to not talk, so ultimately that didn't look so good. He was disposed, resigned, fired, if you will. Same went with the Iraqi Trade Bank because those two banks had a job to do. They didn't just get the job done. At this stage of the game, we believe that alAlak has come back into the stage totally qualified. He's been a central bank governor before and has the experience with the new electronic platforms. Mark Zeiss via PDK says it's a great time to be alive, very exciting. I'm being told by the overwhelming majority of my sources are expecting the international rate for the dinar to be $3.22 right now. I've also heard from a couple of folks it could come out around $1.46 and then float. I do not expect that. The overwhelming majority is looking for $3 plus. And Bruce, lastly, via Wiser Now, they all are set and ready to go. Their currency will actually be traded on Sunday. Their first business day is Sunday, so this coming Sunday. Okay, so that's going to take place for Iraq, which is good for us. We don't know when. I'm not going to predict the time, but I'm hoping to say most likely Thursday. Bruce is saying Iraq is good to go, and they have a rate that is commensurate or higher than what Dr. Shabibi predicted 10 years ago at the International Chamber of Commerce meeting in Washington, D.C. We are at or above that rate now, and let's see what happens.